They're photos that bring history to life, showing the sheer sacrifice and bravery of the military heroes who have fought to protect our freedom.
Not a lot of people understand what happens at war.
This nationally acclaimed exhibit is called The Conflict Zone.
The Conflict Zone helps us honor those veterans that gave much.
It started as a collection of rare photographs from the Vietnam War, but now also includes sobering images of the War on Terror in Iraq and Afghanistan.
When I'm looking at the conflict zone, it reminds me very much of, where we were. They're very similar to the things that I saw. It's pretty moving for me.
For Purple Heart recipient and Army veteran Lance Pettis, these photos hit close to home.
My friends that didn't come home from that experience, these were people who chose to give their lives, and their families miss them, their buddies miss them.
From Marines trying to rescue their fallen comrades to raids against suspected insurgents, these eye-opening images show the untold stories of life at war.
Unwilling sacrifice for someone to really step up and, be willing to give their life for others, many of whom they've never met and never will meet.
The powerful exhibit was just unveiled along with another memorial called A Touching Tribute.
It was very important to him to use the dog tags. He had a friend who did dog tag art. He had done it before with the National Vietnam Veterans Memorial.
It honors the first 30 troops killed in the War on Terror.
We realized that the dog tag wasn't enough. We needed to add the faces. We needed everybody to know this is who they were.
The photographs and the tribute opened before a big crowd who came to honor those who have served and sacrificed.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
One veteran read the Declaration of Independence. It's something he says he does every single Independence Day.
And it's always been near and dear to my heart that a lot of people don't really realize why we celebrate the 4th of July. It's important to remember that freedom isn't free.
Jose Palafox came to the U.S. as a child, not speaking a single word of English. He joined the Air Force after his parents moved back to Mexico.
I became a U.S. citizen on July 3rd, 1986, and I just thought it was important to reread that declaration every 4th of July. This is my 6th year doing it. Back then I was very tiny. I was only 5'10".
For him, the opening of this exhibit means a lot.
There's people out there every day protecting us and giving their lives, and some of these photos here obviously show that.
Another person who knows the price of freedom is Sheila Blue, who came to serve treats from her Victory Pie Company.
I actually lost my brother serving in Afghanistan in 2011, and he left behind a wife and 2 young children.
It's hard for her to look at the conflict zone without getting emotional.
It's really neat to see because I was telling somebody, the ones that come back and the ones that don't, there's just residual effects, and it's really touching, and it's really neat to see that veterans are giving us a vision through their eyes of what they've been doing.
And there are others who want to make sure the sacrifices made in war 50 years ago aren't forgotten.
There was over 5,000 men and women who died in conflict in Vietnam. It's an incredible price to pay for freedom.
And those people went away and served, and they came back and people didn't appreciate what they had done.
But through the conflict zone and the touching tribute, the memories of these military heroes are being kept alive.
As long as their names and faces are being shown, they're not forgotten.